Hello, third and fourth graders, and welcome to week 7 in general music. I'm happy to see you today. So this week, what we did, the first thing we did was we went to our music of the month and we picked a theme or melody. So let's look at the 3 pictures I'm sharing right now. So the 3 main themes, there's a bunch of themes or melodies. A theme is like a little song or a little tune that you would remember and associate with something else. So the skeletons were a theme, the ghosts were a theme, and the witches were a theme. Okay, so that's what we picked for our activity of the week. So what I'd like you to do on your own time is I'd like you to pick one, whether you want to be a skeleton, a ghost, or a witch. And then when you play the recording, only move when that theme comes into the song, into the music. So if you picked skeleton, you would only move when the skeleton theme is being played. It's not hard because they give you so many pictures and clues as to when this is happening. If you picked ghost, you would only move when the ghost theme is played. Same with the witches. I'll give you a hint. The witches they're not played very often. So if you don't feel like moving, pick witches. Skeletons are very active, and the ghosts get really wild right in the middle of the crazy graveyard dance party that they're having in Dance Macabre. Okay, so pause this video right now. Go ahead, now that you've picked your character, and listen to the music of the month posted above. The goal is to only move when your theme is played. Okay, have fun with that. We took note of who is here today in class. Thanks for letting us know if you cannot make it to your Google Meet music class. So now that we've practiced moving to our music of the month, Dance Macabre by Camille Saint-Saëns, we're going to go and see if we can finish our 4 families. Remember, this is all listed on Music Play Online. And this week we're talking about the percussion family. Yay! So if you are over at musicplay.com, yep, we are. So you go down to the 3rd box, and you can do this on your own time, or you can listen with me, either way. So we have, this is what we've been working on, this month, an introduction to the instruments in the orchestra. And last week we got up to brass. So we're going to go to percussion today. Okay, so the percussion family is anything you hit or strike. And so if you notice, you should notice a couple instruments that we just saw in our listening map. We just saw the timpani being played. He had kind of a skeleton-like face playing the timpani. Let's listen to their version of the timpani. And there was one other percussion instrument that was pictured in the listening map you just watched. Do you remember which one? It was the triangle. That one's not too difficult to remember. Usually 3rd and 4th graders can remember the triangle because you've played it before. What is tricky sometimes is the difference between these drums. And if you can remember that the timpani is pitched, it can play a little melody. It has some pitches. Okay, and the bass drum just has one sound. There's no ups and downs. There's no melody. It's not like the timpani. The bass drum has one pitch. The snare drum reminds me of marching band. When I hear this, I think of all the marching band shows I've been to. Chimes are such a great instrument, and to hear them and see them being played on stage is super fun. Chimes. class, what we got started talking about was how a percussionist really needs to learn how to play all of these instruments, and how as musicians, when you go to music school, if you apply to a college to go to be a music major, I went to University of Illinois and I studied voice. So I had to really practice singing and how to use my voice before I even got into college. I had to practice lots of singing in all different languages, and that's how you audition. And I picked voice and I took a lot of lessons. Mr. Rogers is a percussionist, so he had to learn in school at University of Maryland. He had to learn all of these instruments. So a percussionist has to be a master of all the things in the percussion family. So if you're interested in checking this out, let me show you where to find it. If you go over to, let's say you're here on the 3rd and 4th grade page. If you go to the Friday song, I'm going to show you an example that Mr. Rogers playing lots of different instruments. Okay, so down here on the Friday songs page, this is 10 years ago, Mr. Rogers' senior recital. And I encourage you to listen to this as we're studying percussion instruments, because he plays a lot of different ones. So you can see how he plays lots of different percussion instruments. They don't just play one thing. You wouldn't just play the triangle. You would play a whole bunch of stuff. Okay, so that's where you find it. It's on the Friday song page. I'm not going to play it for you now, because if you're on the website, you can navigate yourself to that. And then we've got lots of different Friday songs for you to hear on that page as well. Okay, so I encourage you to look into more percussion examples. So that is the percussion family. Let's see, going on. Okay, 4th graders, especially 4th graders, we had some 4th graders who were a little worried about the staff. They said, oh no, I'm in strings now and I forgot what I've learned about the staff. You didn't forget, it's still there, don't worry. So I put some slides up in your Google Classroom, and if you can't find them, let me know. I'll put them up again. I'll make sure they're in everybody's classroom. So they go through the review, right? E, G, B, D, F, E, G, B, D, F. Okay, so this slides review the lines and spaces of the staff. What letters? And just real quickly, we reviewed that a line note looks like a marshmallow on a stick with the line going all the way through the note. That's the first thing you have to know. The space note, right? A space note is like a marshmallow sitting on a table. It's not ready to go over the campfire because there's no stick in it. It's just sitting there, not toasted. Now, to practice the note names, what you can do is you can go on to Music Play online and look for the game Note Name Memory. Start at level 1. Click on a note, and it will tell you the letter name. Make a match and get a point. I want to just show you how easy this is. Okay, so we're back at Music Play Online. Sorry, we're all over the place today with our slides. That's how it was in class too, just like you were there. And you go down to Note Name Memory, okay? Excuse me. Start with one. Start with notes and spaces. You can do notes and spaces, notes and lines. I'm not sure why it's getting weird. You could do both. Start with level 1. What if I do that? Okay. So now some students were like, oh no, Mr. Lily, I don't remember what letter that is. Well, just click it. Yeah. So it tells you, oh, that's C in a space. Now make a match. And then it plays the pitch. E in a space. Okay? Okay, that's A, F. That's how you play. Of course, you're going to get, once you get good at that or start memorizing them, go up to level 2, because then it'll be much easier. I'm sorry. It'll be much more difficult at level 2. You won't get so bored. So that's your activity of the week. So this week in music class, we moved to the music. We moved to Dance Macabre. We reviewed the percussion family. We talked about how a percussionist has to learn a lot of different things, a lot of different instruments, and be very flexible. They have good memories and skills. For your game this week, I'm going to give you a choice. You can either do What Instrument Do You Hear? That's always a great game to go back and play. Or you could go play the note name memory if you feel like you need a review of the note names. If you're in 3rd grade and you do not, no one's asking you for note names right now, and you want to just stay on our learning about the 4 instrument families, continue on, keep going. You're doing great work. This is for some students who asked for it. If you feel that you need that review. If you're bored with the instruments right now and you want to pop over and practice your note names, by all means, go ahead. Okay, well, it was great to see you this week, and I hope you have a wonderful week. I hope you stay safe and well, and I look forward to seeing you next week in music class. All right, goodbye, 3rd and 4th grade.